Rick is president of Fix Clermont, a nonprofit organization dedicated to ending the euthanasia of healthy and treatable animals in Clermont County. Rick initiated the change that opened the euthanasia list at the county shelter to a local rescue. Listen to his winning proposal to rescue me. Rick Barron. Rescue me? Rick Barron.
Thank you, Carol. What image comes to your mind when I say the phrase sheltered dog? For most people, that image looks just like this. Most people view shelter animals as broken in some way. Something's wrong with them. That's why they think they're in the shelter. But let me introduce you to some of the animals that you'll find at a local shelter. This is Carrie, 3-year-old Australian cattle dog that was given up to make room for a new baby. This is Crisco. Crisco was found swimming in a dumpster of grease behind a restaurant, near death. This is Sammy, a 1.5-year-old beagle who was relinquished because he barked too much. He's a beagle. That's what beagles do, right? And Atlas, 2-month-old kitten that was found tied in a bag in a limb on a tree. The only defect that these animals share with one another is that they're homeless. My proposal today is to get you to start your search for your next pet at your county's open admission shelter. To start the process with the animals who will die if they're not rescued. We are a nation of pet lovers. Every year, 23.5 million animals are adopted into new homes. But nationally, 3 to 4 million animals are put down every year for lack of time or space. There's a math problem here. We adopt way more animals every year into our homes than we kill. So what's the real problem? The real problem is that us, as their human guardians, have not done sufficient job to let people know their plight and to try to get them to start their search at the open admission shelter or an organization that rescues from the euthanasia list. I have a 4-step plan that I would like you to follow the next time you in the studio audience or you out there in the television viewing audience are out to add a new furry member to your household. Or maybe you have an opportunity to share with a friend who's seeking to add an animal, and you can share this simple 4-step plan. Number 1, locate your county's animal shelter. Most people don't even know where it is, and probably don't even know that it exists. In many cases, it's not convenient, it's not close, it's not in a really nice area of town, but it does exist. Go to Google, type in your county name and animal shelter, and it will show you the website or provide you information that you can now be informed. So when somebody says, you know, I was thinking about adopting a new dog, you can say, you know what? I just found out where the county shelter is. You can go here. They're open at this time. Here's the policies and procedures. So you can be informed on how to do that. The second thing I ask you to do is to start your search at the shelter. Bring your checkbook, your credit card, your cash in hand, and start your search at the shelter. You don't have to finish it there, but just start there to see how it goes. I would ask the third step that you return to the shelter. After you've started there, then maybe you've gone to a pet store or two. Go back to the shelter because those animals turn over quickly. And someone may have brought in an animal or they may have found a stray that is perfect for you and your family. And the last step is to share your experience with others. Let them know what you did and the experience that you had, and share that experience with them so that they can be informed to do the same thing. There are a few negatives to this approach. Number one, the return policy isn't very good. But then again, most pet stores or breeders don't have a very good return policy either, so we could probably push that one off the table. Second negative, it might take a little longer. You might have to visit a few shelters. You might have to come back once or twice. But really the biggest negative is that you'll be forced to look into the eyes of an animal who probably won't be there tomorrow. That's probably the biggest downside. But there are positives to rescuing from a shelter. The first and foremost is that you save a life. Every animal rescued from that shelter lives and has a happy life with you. The second positive is you have a fabulous story. Every time somebody says, "Where did you get Fluffy?" or "Where did you get Fido?" you have this wonderful story that you can share with them. And the third reason, you save another life because you make space for another animal in that shelter or at that foster home so that another animal can be rescued. It's our job to communicate the need to rescue these animals. And my proposal is that you start your search at your local county shelter. The rewards that you will receive from doing so will be stupendous